In today's crypto market, making money isn't nearly as easy as it once seemed. The current space is crowded with people chasing quick riches through meme coins and overhyped low-cap gems that almost never stand the test of time, and if we look around, it's not hard to see why. Many meme coins between 2023 and early 2025 pulled enormous returns, and many crypto investors in this space realized that this was their so-called opportunity to get rich quick. And while a handful of people did walk away with profits, many more lost a huge portion of what they invested, or worse, lost it all. That's the reality of today's crypto casinos. It's flashy, it's fun, and the promise of outsized returns keeps pulling people back in, and for the most, the allure of the upside outweighs the risks of the downside. But this constant cycle dominates retail attention, and it's exactly what the smart money wants, because while retail chases distractions, the real opportunity for long-term wealth quietly slips by in the background, unnoticed by those who are too busy playing the wrong game, but more on that soon. If we zoom out and have a look at the crypto space now from a bird's eye view, there are more than 30 million coins in existence, with thousands, sometimes tens of thousands being created every single day. And retail capital, which is already thin enough, is spread across this massive ever-growing basket of coins, making it harder than ever to truly hit the next big winner. And in reality, institutions don't play that game, and they most likely never will. Every day, billions flows into crypto from institutional investors, and over the next decade, they will pour in trillions. And this money isn't going into that big basket of 30 million coins, let alone even most of the top 100 coins. Institutions are extremely selective, focusing on a small pool of around 25 to 50 coins at max that they believe can reshape finance and expand the capability of the traditional financial system. If you can position yourself where that capital is heading, the next 2 to 3 years could offer life-changing buy prices, and the next 5 to 10 years could deliver life-changing returns. The challenge is, of course, identifying which projects are truly institutionally aligned, because if you find them, all you need to do is invest, sit back and relax and wait for the gains to come. The good news is that it's not as complicated as it sounds. Institutions have very clear requirements when it comes for coins that they decide to back, and once we know these, we can clearly see what they are targeting. First and foremost, they want a coin to possess utility or projects with real products capable of transforming parts of or the entirety of the traditional financial system. Utility will be absolutely critical moving forward as institutions aim to capitalize on blockchain's advantages over legacy finance. The next biggest requirement institutions stand by when finding coins to invest in is regulatory compliance. A project that ignores regulation or lacks the ambition to meet its requirements won't receive institutional money. Institutions are investing with 20 to 30 year horizons. They want projects that prioritize compliance, anticipate regulatory shifts, and provide legally sound regulated products. Institutions also want projects that provide transparency and security. A blockchain boasting 1 million transactions per second means nothing if those transactions aren't processed with integrity. Institutions demand complete visibility into operations and absolute confidence in the security of every single transaction, especially for many of their incredibly niche needs for blockchain technology. And of course, there are other factors at play, but even simply by focusing on these 3 pillars, you can dramatically narrow the pool of investable coins and bring yourself closer to where the institutional capital is heading over the next decade. One coin that often comes up in conversations is ADA, better known as Cardano. Many wonder if it still has the potential to deliver massive returns, and some even speculate about another 100x. Let's be clear, a 100x from here is extremely unlikely. We are going to need to see some serious scale adoption in the crypto space, which given 20 to 30 years may happen, but for the moment we are looking for projects that solve and evolve on current traditional finance system problems. That doesn't mean ADA is finished. In fact, it still holds the potential for solid returns, especially once we take a closer look at what the project is actually building. Cardano is a 3rd generation blockchain platform created to address the limitations of earlier networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It runs on its own proof of stake consensus called Ouroboros, designed to be both highly secure and energy efficient. This structure allows Cardano to process transactions sustainably while maintaining its decentralization. At present, it handles around 250 transactions per second, with scaling solutions like Hydra in development that aim to push throughput into into the thousands. That makes Cardano a particularly appealing project in a world where efficiency and environmental impact are growing concerns. Beyond just being a blockchain, ADA was designed as a platform for building ecosystems on top of it, from decentralized applications and DeFi protocols to identity solutions and real-world partnerships. Its layered architecture separates settlement from computation, allowing developers to build more secure and scalable applications without compromising the base layer. This flexibility means Cardano isn't just aiming to process payments, it's striving to become a global infrastructure for finance, governance, and innovation. Projects ranging from decentralized exchanges to supply chain tracking and even government-backed identity initiatives have already been chosen to be built on top of Cardano, highlighting the extent of its potential use cases. At the center of this ecosystem is the ADA coin, which serves multiple roles, such as paying for transaction fees, staking to secure the network, and participating in governance as Cardano moves towards full decentralization. Beyond these functions, ADA is also the economic background of the entire network, aligning incentives between users, validators, and developers. Cardano also takes a research-first approach with peer-reviewed academic foundations and a modular roadmap that prioritizes scalability and sustainability, and positions itself as a more sustainable, regulation-friendly option with transparent governance and compliance-minded development. Now, the big question, will Cardano make me money? To answer this, we need to circle back to the beginning of this video. Earlier, we said that institutions will only invest in a select number of coins, projects that not only innovate on current blockchain leaders, but also revolutionize the current traditional financial system. In my opinion, Cardano ticks this box and is destined to have its moment in the spotlight. From an institutional perspective, Cardano brings some incredible qualities to the table, such as its energy efficiency, governance mechanisms, and focus on long-term sustainability through solutions like Hydra and sidechains. Together, these traits make it one of the few projects with the potential to attract serious institutional attention in the years ahead. So to wrap up this video, institutions are chasing very specific requirements when it comes to where they place their capital, and Cardano checks these boxes. I believe ADA is currently in a long-term accumulation phase for institutions, much like what we saw with Stellar and HBAR before their vertical moves. Now, I'm not saying ADA is about to deliver a sudden 100% God candle in a single day, but when institutional money is ready for the next leg up, I have no doubt that investors will be more than satisfied with their decision to hold ADA or Cardano.